Listen to the 48 Hours podcast for shocking murder cases and compelling real-life dramas from one of television's most watched true crime shows. Go behind the scenes of each episode with award-winning CBS News correspondents and producers in Postmortem, a weekly deep dive. Listen to 48 Hours wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey there! Did you know Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices? And when you download the Kroger app, you'll enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. And don't forget fuel points to help you save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Want to save even more? With a Boost membership, you'll get double fuel points and free delivery. So shop and save big at Kroger today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Hello, and thank you for tuning into KNOW Waco. I am your host, Debbie, here to help you get in the know about Waco.
Well, since you know how the show works, you're a veteran. I'll still ask, go ahead and introduce yourself, and then I'll say you're a veteran, so we know, or unless you want to reintroduce yourself and say, what brought you to Waco.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do the rock and roll from the start, because it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
I feel like my story changes every year.
Yeah, there you go.
Always
tell your current truth.
Okay, my current...
What's your current truth?
My current persona.
Yeah. Okay. You got a bandana and all.
Right. It's got to be. All right, so how's it going, everybody? My name is Eric Linares. I am a non-Waco native. Wait, it feels like I've been here for 10 years, so I don't know where I was... cut-off point where you can say, I've been Waco for a minute.
I think it's a title you have to claim.
Yeah, no,
so
I'm not going to claim it.
So call yourself a Waco.
No, I'm not going to. I guess I'm a Waco transplant, I guess.
Yeah, and what brought you to Waco?
Yeah, so originally I came over here back in 2012-ish, beginning of it. Came over here because of school, really. Mm-hmm. I grew up down in Southeast Texas, Beaumont, Texas. So a city not too different from Waco. We were about the same size.
Yeah.
We have much higher crime rate down there in our neck of the woods, though. So
we just had Inez come on, and she talked about it. So
yeah. We love to represent our town. We have us and Port Arthur.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's some local dudes from Port Arthur too here, and you got to rep that high. What is it? Top 10 worst places in Texas.
No!
Yes, let's go. Hey, we got Killeen on our side though too, so it's all good. But no, yeah. Brought me up here because of school. I went over to Baylor. I did the whole college try, went in thinking I was going to be a pre-med, and as 97% of every other person that goes into that program quickly realizes that was not the case, came out and instead went to business. So, it was I took a lap year, did a roundabout way of finishing school, but ended up with a entrepreneurship degree back in 17?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now you're an entrepreneur.
Who would have thunk?
Who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk graduating with something and actually doing the degree?
Mm-hmm.
That's a rarity nowadays, it feels like. But kept on. What really kept me in Waco was not so much kind of I had a lot of friends at the time that were, because all my friends during that Baylor thing, they had all it was kind of an understood thing. Once you graduate, you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, you do not stay in Waco.
But and all my friends did that. But I had that last year. I got a pretty decent gig with a local company here, and then they bumped me up to manager once I graduated.
Whoop, whoop.
And I was like, hey, I already got the spot. I'm gonna check it out for a little bit longer. Let's just ride that kind of train up. But quickly realized I'm not about that.
Ain't about that life swerve.
I ain't about that corporate life. It's not the best for me.
Same fam, same.
Best fit for me. So decided, you know what? I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to take a mini sabbatical, go travel around. I went to Mexico, just traveled around Mexico. Got a taste for more of the cultures that I've never really experienced. The individual kind of regions of Mexico, the food, the history. I'm a big archaeology nerd, so I was going to all the old school temples and every ruin and whatnot. But then I came back to Waco because we have a house here, so I was like, I gotta go back to that. So we came back to Waco, and I really just decided to fall back on stuff I knew. I was kind of a photographer back in the day, and I was like, hey, let me just do some photography. Let me mix in some social media marketing, this and that. Got involved with some local small businesses here in Waco. I was doing their management and their social media management. Actually, your neighbor right here, Gather, that was one of my
shout out.
One of my spots. They've been rocking, rolling for a minute. Gather, Black Oak Art, love those guys.
Woo!
So
shout out my friend Katie that works over there.
Right. Think after me, post me.
Post you.
So I was doing that, and that's really kind of how I started getting connected with a lot of the local kind of small entrepreneurs and getting connected into the scene that was happening. Actually, back when I was working for my company, I met the Pinewood guys, and they were just building Pinewood, and I was like, look at these young...
That was so cool.
Like, look at these young, crazy kids, they're about to launch their...
Crazy kids, says us.
They're about to launch their coffee brand and actually get a spot and build it up from the ground up. And so it was real cool to see that, real cool to meet a lot of other entrepreneurs that were in that kind of scene. Everybody was trying their best to do something. So I decided, you know what, let me try my luck at doing something too. And I got really involved in food, creating like food concepts, pop-ups.
Food truck.
Food, everything, man. Food, to me, food has always been kind of like that connection between community where you put something down on the table, everybody's going to want to sit down and enjoy it and talk to each other and just be together. It's like the perfect icebreaker, the perfect, glue that holds our society together, I feel like, to be honest. But, did that, got involved with much more events, like pop-ups, because I was doing pop-ups. I got involved with event spaces, other vendors, other people that were just doing random stuff, small things, from like, medium-sized small businesses to people that were just doing things out of the back of their
just hanging out at the kitchen table.
Right? So it was really that kind of push that really motivated me to connect more dots together. And so I would always go to like these cool markets in Houston with my brother and in Dallas. And eventually we just got together, our homies, me, Andres, Diorian, Cole. Shout out to all those. Every one of those are like, everybody's rocking with their own things and like killing it. Well, we all got together and we were all just like, let's just put everybody that we know together in one space. Let's throw some art on the walls. Let's get a graffiti wall going. Let's get Brotherwell, because Brotherwell was like dirt at the time.
It was like new and exciting.
Still to this day, Brotherwell was just like, you know what, just do anything in this space. And so we got everybody together. We decided to launch this thing called the East Side Market, and it really kicked off. It was cool to see so many entrepreneurs and creatives and artists all just kind of come together and just do their thing.
And just vibe, honestly.
Right? Just hang out, beer, music, food, drinks.
What more could I ask for?
Right. It's a perfect way to spend an afternoon. And so now it's what, two and a quarter, 20 something years now. We're still rocking. And that really just got me into the sphere of like organizing and event organizing. And from there we jumped into like festival organizing and just all kinds. It's crazy how much of a shift like it feels like my life has turned ever since like graduating, thinking it was just gonna be like working for a company.
The same.
So it's like nowadays it's just insane what like, and people still ask me what like I do, and I'm always like, I don't really have an answer for you because
I wear many hats.
Yeah, I
and
just
bandanas.
really don't know what I do half the time even. So, but yeah. That's what kind of got me now. And now I'm just involved in a lot of kind of local cultural events and festivals and things like that. And we have our big one, one of the biggest that I've been a part of happening this weekend.
Yes, this week we're here to talk about the Dia De Los Muertos festival happening on Saturday. Tell us a little bit more about it.
Wow, man. So this Dia De Los Muertos festival is going to be insane. It is basically the continuation of a festival that me and Dom did back in Dominic Villa. We did back in 2019.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah, pre-pandemic. We did an amazing festival down there at the South Waco Rec Center. But because of the pandemic, we couldn't do it the 2020 year. So 2020, we were thankfully contacted through the Mayborn Museum.
And you did your ofrenda there.
Yeah, the connection with the shout out to the Hispanic Chamber. They connected me there.
Alfred.
And they allowed us to put a community ofrenda there and have the community come out and be able to kind of have this connection to the culture, even though we couldn't really celebrate in an open space. But this year, though, all that changes.
Just wait. Even bigger and better.
Right, we're going back to the origin. So right now, the community center is still open at Mayborn right now. We've actually expanded. As you know, you had Ines here, last episode, and it was an awesome privilege to have her alongside.
Oh, it was
this,
amazing.
and it's amazing. We love the Mayborn for like creating more space for community and culture in this entire city. But as far as the actual event happening this Saturday, it is basically the brainchild of so many different individuals that came together, like the group that we have that's kind of putting it on. It spans from Creative Waco, the Hispanic Chamber, Roxana Robles and her designer, all kinds of other individuals. Julie is like one of the main Cervantes, one of the main minds behind the parade, and a lot of other people. I'm so
excited for the parade.
So that's where it starts. The parade starts at 4 p.m. at the basically by the Indian Springs Middle School. So it's going to be U Parks Drive, basically two blocks of U Parks Drive from the middle school all the way through to the Indian Springs Park, basically where the Hilton is. That street between Franklin and Washington, we're going to have shut off. So that's going to be the festival grounds for the duration of the day. So this parade is like insane because it's the first time we've ever done a parade.
Yes,
and like
first year ever, bigger than ever.
First year ever parade. We have like over 50 different organizations that are a part of the parade. So it's gonna be big and colorful, and it's gonna be such a cool representation of the community that we haven't really seen before. Yeah, especially for Dia De Los Muertos. So we're super excited to see what it looks like. And so the parade will go on from 4 to 5-ish, then that's where the market starts. And the festival starts. So we're going to have vendors, we're going to have food trucks, we're going to have like kids activities, face painting,
sugar skull painting,
sugar skull decorating. And then we're also going to have a big, awesome stage set up by the homies, Keep Waco Loud and Loaded Sound. They're going to have amazing, beautiful stage, runway included. That's where we're going to kick off the show with a performance of La Llorona with Giselle and Ben Atkins. And
Atkins, shout out. Twins on Pink.
Right. And so we're going to have that performance kick off the show. We're going to segue into Roxana Robles' fashion show. She's created 10 beautiful dresses.
Her pieces are amazing.
Beautiful dresses. So
I saw her pieces at the Deep in the Heart Film Festival opening.
Yeah, she creates these pieces like, I don't know how she has time to do all this stuff and like make these awesome arrangements and these awesome dresses and everything. But we have one. The homie Serena has got one going on.
Whoop, shout out!
So she's gonna open up the stage. So we're gonna have that. The fashion show is gonna kick off. After that, we have these awesome dancers from Temple, Texas, Tierra Mía Mestiza Ballet Folklórico. They're gonna come in, perform an amazing rendition of a lot of traditional dances. After them, we're going to go into a real awesome home band from me from actually Beaumont, Texas.
Oh, wow.
Homies Reflejo Nuevo, they're going to come up and perform. And then to close out the show, we're going to bring in Amanda Solis, which is this awesome, amazing Selena impersonator.
Oh, yes.
So, we're about to...
I'm here for that.
Yeah, we're going to bring the house down with the Selena impersonation at the end. And it's going to be such an awesome show. We're going to have an amazing array of vendors, a lot of local people, a lot of like artisanal items, a lot of Hispanic culture items, and churros. We're going to have Fat Boy tacos. It's going to be crazy. So this Saturday is going to be basically the biggest festival parade that we've ever thrown. It's one of the biggest ones that I've ever been involved in. And we're just really looking forward to seeing how the community kind of just comes out and is a part and gets really into this cultural festival that we haven't really had the opportunity to showcase at this scale.
Yeah, that's absolutely amazing. And how long is the festival? So what are the times?
So as we said before, the parade kicks off at 4 p.m. and then the festival actually kicks off at 5:30. But it'll go all the way till 9 p.m. So we'll be down there at Indian Springs Park from 4 to 9 p.m. Basically, it's gonna be a busy weekend for Waco. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah, and tell us how we can find out more information about your organizations and all the people involved.
Right on. So if you want to follow the Dia de Muertos Waco account, or the Dia De Los Muertos Festival and Parade Facebook. You can find more information for that actual event and organization. Me, if you want to follow me, my Eastside Market accounts is eastside.market on Instagram. Check it out. We host this amazing, cool, just it's a real cool space to just come out and hang out.
And you can come see me, which is even better.
Right. Pumpkin's out there all the time.
BKB.
We do that. We host that market every third Sunday.
Yes, every third Sunday forever.
So every third Sunday
until the end of
right.
Until
unless
the
it rains.
That's
and
true.
then actually doesn't rain.
And then we have to cancel all of August.
But yeah, so every third Sunday we're out there at Brother Will Brewing. I love those guys, Brother Will Brewing.
Nathan, shout out.
Nate, David, Jacob, the homies. They are killing it out there. If y'all haven't had the opportunity to try some of their beer, it is
Act of Faith.
Oh, come on.
So good.
Yo, that is my official beer of me.
Act of Faith and lemonade is my go-to at the market. It's light and perfect.
Keeps you hydrated for a lot of cool
and just a little
vibing.
tipsy.
and if you just get it by itself, it'll get you a little bit lots tipsy. But
by then in the market, I'm like, just take it. Just take all my stuff.
But yeah, we have a great time out there. We usually have over 40 vendors. We have of course the big graffiti wall that every basically month for the past 2 years we've been having these amazing local and like Central Texas artists come out, graffiti artists, to just showcase their talents and just amaze us with everything they've been able to kind of showcase on there. So I see a lot of their work around here in this studio also. But yeah, awesome time every third. What am I saying second so much? Oh man, Sunday. Every third Sunday at Brotherwell. I think it's because we also, so this November we're kicking off a brand new basically segue of the market. We're gonna do our vintage swap meets at Brotherwell. So this Friday the 6th, 5th?
Yes.
6th, 5th.
This Friday? Is Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, first Friday.
There we go.
5th.
First Friday the 5th, we're gonna have the vintage swap meet over at Brotherwell Brewing. Gonna be a great time for all you vintage lovers. And like more than just a market, this is an opportunity to come out, bring out your own pieces at your house. I know every one of y'all has got like a rack full of fire pieces that you just also want to reinvest and get in. Maybe you can come out here, trade them, sell them, buy them. It's going to be such a cool kind of opportunity for vintage lovers to really get to know each other and trade their items and just have a good time. Yeah. So we're going to start doing that first Fridays over at Brotherwell. So from 5 to 8 p.m.
Woo, shout out. You heard it here first, Waco.
So, yeah, that. And then, if you want to follow me, myself, Venturing Local on Instagram.
Slide in his DMs.
I love just kind of checking out the local spaces. I'm such a big, lover of Waco and just local food and drinks and party and entertainment. I feel like we as a community really have to support the individuals and the small businesses that are out here grinding and working and trying to build up a community in Waco, because, that's the only way we can get to the level where we want to be and where we can be proud of having this, versatility and this variety of stuff happening, is by supporting the individuals that are doing it right now. Yeah. So shout out to everybody out here that's grinding. I've met so many amazing entrepreneurs and creatives over the years here. And I'm really just happy to be a part of this whole thing that we call the Waco experience. Yeah, of course. And again, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything else you want to share with our listeners today? Man, nothing. No, definitely.
Words.
No, definitely keep on listening. The podcast is killer. Rogue Media here, shout out. They've been holding it down in the podcast game for longer than I've even freaking I don't understand how they're still in the game, because they just kill it.
I just try
They've been doing it so long. They have so many podcasts out here that I know
60 now.
They need like a vacation. I feel like everybody
Mike needs a vacation.
I feel like they all need a vacation. Like, just give them.
Go to my Patreon. We're gonna donate Mike a vacation.
Right. So shout out to the homies. Everybody out here is amazing. Keep doing you. Keep it real, and let's hang out and enjoy the experience. Yeah. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. Right on.
Thank you for tuning into this week's podcast. This is your host, Debbie, signing off. Now that you know, go. Just go, Waco.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.